Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about like the underwhelming books of 2020. I feel like some of these books, it's not that I hated these books at all, it's just I think they were, let's just say this, they were overhyped and they weren't to the hypeness as the ones that I did in my last video. Oh god, I think she might be coming. My daughter. So these ones were more of like, not a disappointment, a little bit of disappointments, and then some underwhelming. So it's like disappointed / underwhelming / not totally worth the hype. So I don't know how I'm going to title this. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I want to talk. The first one I guess I'll talk about is the one that I didn't really care for the most, which was The Guest List. This one was overhyped like a motherfucker in 2020. And I just don't, like, I understand you get all these different people's point of views. I'm sure the audiobook's probably good because it's probably in different voices, like actors and stuff doing different voices for each character, and the ambiance is probably a lot better. But reading this, it was underwhelming for me, and I kind of figured out who the bad person was, and then but you don't know for sure if like that's the person who's going to be killed or who the killer is and stuff. And it kind of underwhelmed me, especially the ending, the way that they left it. And I was pretty disappointed in that I was just mad. Like, it was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick, and I was like, come on, Reese. Like, what the heck? But, you know, there's a lot of people who 5-star this and love it. And I get it. I understand. But for me, it wasn't, you know, that hype that I wanted. Yeah. And then another one, I really liked this one. It's called The Passengers by John Marrs, which I'm planning on reading another John Marrs book soon. It came with Kindle Unlimited, so I was like, yes, I'm reading. I think it came out in 2020 as well, so I'm going to read that. But this was, yeah, a little bit very intriguing. I was thinking about this all the time. It's a thriller, kind of psychological, but it's more of like reminds me of Black Mirror. If you like Black Mirror, you would love this. Even that show, my husband and I just watched Upload, and that one is like a Black Mirror type thing, but with comedy, because Black Mirror is so serious. And it kind of reminded me of that too, especially with the cars, self-driving cars. And yeah, it's really good book, but the ending was so like underwhelming for me. I wish that the ending was better, and I still gave this a 4 stars just because it was overall entertaining. I highly enjoyed it and didn't know who was doing what and what was going to happen. I really enjoyed that, but it was just, this book is so hyped and I was just expecting like a better ending. Oh, this one was probably, I don't know what I rated this. I think I rated this 3 stars, maybe 3.5, because I'll just say The Silent Patient by Michalitis. This one is a psychological thriller as well, and I did enjoy the story. Like, the concept was so great, and you're trying to figure what the hell's going on with this chick who's not speaking, and she killed her husband, and you're like, what the hell's going on? This man is like obsessed with her, and he starts working at this facility that she's at because he's really intrigued by her and wants to be the one to be able to talk. He thinks that story was like the most amazing story, so he worked there, but he didn't really tell anybody that he was obsessed with her or anything like that. But anyways, it's just partially in there you can kind of figure out what's going on, and then when you kind of in your head kind of figure that out, it's an underwhelming kind of ending. But at least you get the full story and understand it. So it was overall entertaining. It's just that you kind of like figure out, I guess some people probably didn't, and probably some people it blew their minds, but I feel like in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's this, you know what I mean? And ended up being right. So it was kind of underwhelming for me. But I mean, there's people who love this and they hype it up, and I understand that too. I feel like if you didn't really see what was coming, then it's probably like a mind blow and you're like, yes. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, so this one, Normal People by Sally Rooney. So I watched the show before I read this. The show was freaking amazing. It's on Hulu if you haven't seen it yet. if you've read the book and you're like, I'm not watching that damn show, you should really watch the damn show. It's so freaking good compared to this. I read this book, and it's the way it's written, she writes really strange. There's no quotations. It's hard to tell who's talking. And it's like these big ass paragraphs, like, and you kind of lose track of like who the fuck is talking. And it's not showing as much emotions to me as in the show. In the show, you can just see the emotions of these actors portrayed everything so well. It's just, I don't know. The show is so great. I probably want to watch it again this year sometime. It's so good. Maybe I'll have my husband watch it. He's probably not going to give a shit about the show. But yeah, this one was so underwhelming compared to that show. Like, even if I didn't compare that show, I'd probably have been like, weird, like, what the fuck? You know, just the way it's written is so strange. And I read her other book called, what's it called? Conversations with Friends. And that one, it's so written so weird, but the story was kind of interesting. It wasn't my favorite at all. That was probably like a 3 star. I need to change that on Goodreads. I think I put it as 4, but when I think about it, it's probably a 3. But the story was interesting. It's just the writing is so weird. And then this one, out of all those, I really liked The Passengers and this one out of all those. But this one was so hyped that I was expecting more. But then, like, I was like, I finished it. I was kind of disappointed, but just kept saying that's fucked up. But I was thinking about it for like days afterwards. Like, how messed up is that? And it's just like, that's a book. That's how you know it's good. And I gave it a 4 stars because of that, because it made me think about all that. And you start thinking about everything, how everything came together. Because I feel like at first I'm like, what the fuck was that? What a stupid ending. But then I'm like, wow, when I keep thinking about it. But I feel like it was overhyped to a certain extent because the story was good and you don't know what to expect. But she's nannying for this smart house, so you're thinking like, it can't be haunted because a lot of haunting shit happens, and you're like, this house is totally smart house, somebody's fucking with her. But then there's times where you're like, this is haunted, like what the hell's going on, who's messing with her, is there a ghost in the house, like what the hell is going on? And so that's what it pulls you in. Oh, here she comes, I'm making a video. Come on, you want to sit in here, come in here and make a video with mama? See, mama making a video. Yeah, come here. You mama making a video. She did not want to change. She wanted to still be in her PJs because there's doggies on them. Yeah, the mama finished this video. You want to hold this book up for mama? Hold the book. Hold the bookies. See, I was reading this bookies. You gotta change your diaper again. Let's not touch it, okay? So mama's still making a video. Wait, not yet. And then, but yeah, so it really pulls you in and stuff. And then the ending, and then everything comes together. And you don't know who's bad and who's good, what the hell's going on. And then the ending happens, and then it's just like whips you in the face. Like, it's a messed up ending. I don't know how to explain it. It's a 4-star book because I don't know how to explain this. I would highly suggest reading this. It's just that it was underwhelming to me in a certain extent, the way the ending was. But I guess that's what makes the Ruth Ware book so good. Ruth Ware is like a hit and miss for everybody. A lot of her books I really like. But this one, I'm not trying to figure out. I like the Death of Mrs Westaway. I really liked The Woman in Cabin 10 and the In a Dark, Dark Wood. I didn't care for The Lying Game. And I heard One by One is like awful, but I'm really intrigued reading it because I hear mixed reviews as well on that one. Some people really like it and some people don't. Yeah, that's you, baby. But this one is interesting. Like, I would just suggest reading it just so you can see what the ending is like after all that. And it's just like, what? So that's why I gave it a 4, because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this book. But this one was way overhyped, but it's not bad. I'm not saying any of these books are bad. Like, I can see why people really like The Guest List and The Silent Patient, but it's just not, like, for me, but I'm glad I read them. Yeah, you making a big old mess, girl. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully let me know if you read any of these or plan to read any of them. Oh my gosh, you're making a mess here with these bookies. Do you want to say bye? So thank you for watching.